finally really did it. You maniacs! You blew it up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
Give yourselves a round of applause, people, because you asked for this. You begged for it. You demanded it for years and years, and at long last, here it is. Final Fantasy VII. More like Fairweather Fantasy VII, with all the die-hard fans suddenly crawling out of the woodwork to board the hype train. You know, what's funny to me is that for 18 years, wherever I went, all I ever heard was the same old song and dance. Final Fantasy VII is overrated. Final Fantasy VII doesn't hold up. Final Fantasy VII is shit. The story is shit. The characters are shit. The graphics are shit. The gameplay is shit. The fans are shit. I'm shit for the crime of liking it. But then, a big, shiny remake gets announced. And suddenly everyone's letting their fanboy flags fly and singing a different tune, aren't they? How great this is. How momentous. How excited we all are. Never mind the fact that Square Enix hasn't made a decent game in over a decade. Never mind the fact that the last time they tried milking the Final Fantasy VII cow, what we got was that mopey, gray, cinematic anime abortion known as Advent Children, which was so terrible, by the way, that it actually retroactively peppered people's perceptions of the game it was based on, to the point where it became a punchline, ironically enough by many of the very same people now tripping over themselves to sing the praises of this teaser. As if any of those giggling chuckle fucks ever gave a crap about Final Fantasy VII in the first place. Well, I know you're all full of shit, because if you did give a crap about it, you'd see the writing on the wall. This is not Squaresoft we're talking about here, people. Squaresoft doesn't exist anymore. That company that made Super Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger and all those wonderful old Final Fantasy games that we all love so much, that company is no more. It has ceased to be. What we have now is a shadow of a company, a zombified husk of a former games developer, a puppet. What we call Square Enix now is nothing more than a broken down, bottomed out, washed up former child celebrity living in a dumpster behind a bowling alley, shambling down the boardwalk every morning, panhandling and reciting its old catchphrases for crack money. That's what Square Enix is in 2015. These people are bereft of creativity, they're bereft of talent, and their output as a developer over the last 10 years proves that beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yet I'm supposed to believe that suddenly these people are going to pull it together enough to do right by Final Fantasy VII? Please, I wouldn't trust Square Enix to develop a peanut butter sandwich, let alone a game. They'd probably hand me a gaudy necklace and an oversized belt buckle between two slices of bread. The only reason that this remake is finally happening is because after a decade of failure, they're finally scraping the bottom of the barrel, and their last desperate grasp at relevancy will be pillaging and destroying everything that was ever good about one of their greatest achievements. How do people react to this news? Like this.
No way! No way! This is the greatest conference!
And I thought I was a man-child. This might be the most excruciating, embarrassing, cringeworthy thing I've ever seen. And I've been to fucking BronyCon, okay? These are grown men. Grown-ass men. Shrieking like teen girls at a One Direction show over a remake. Over a teaser for a remake. You know what my favorite thing about this clip is, though? Watch the one girl trying to fake excitement. This poor, suffering woman surrounded by these howling nerds. You can practically hear the vacuum pop as her cooch dries shut permanently. I just don't understand this mentality that gamers have, that old games need to be remade and remastered. And it's only gamers. Only gamers would ever be stupid enough to get excited for a remake. You know, remakes, those things that everyone hates, those things that sully the original and turn out to be terrible about, 100% of the time. And what really blows my mind is that gamers talk and talk about how important it is that games be seen as art. But you don't care about art. You don't care about the integrity of the original works. You just want newer, shinier versions with new cutscenes and HD graphics because, Final Fantasy VII is just unplayable now. Oh, those old-fashioned turn-based battles and those hideous 32-bit graphics. Oh, God, it burns my eyes. It just looks so dated. Well, you know what else looks dated? The fucking Wizard of Oz. And you don't see people clamoring for a remake of that. You don't see people petitioning the Tolkien estate to rewrite Lord of the Rings. You know why you don't see that? Because everybody knows it'd be fucking stupid. And yet, for some reason, when it comes to games, everything last year is shit, and everything next gen is the cure to man's ails. Well, you know what would really be next gen? New games! New ideas! New IPs! Not a copy of a copy, not a new coat of paint on an old classic. Leave the classics alone. They're fine. You say you love Final Fantasy VII so much. Well, let me ask you something. Did you love Advent Children as well? Did you love Dirge of Cerberus or Crisis Core? Did you love the crummy voice acting? The stupid retcons, the ridiculous Dragon Ball Z battles, the inane new characters, the complete and utter disregard for established characters' personalities? Well, get ready for a whole lot more of that, complete with longer cutscenes, a dumbed-down story, a massively simplified combat and skill system, hand-holding, railroading linearity, the complete removal of any and all player choice, and of course, appearances by all your favorite Advent Children characters, like goofy, incompetent, comic relief fuckboy Reno, mopey, depressed, boring Cloud, grammatically mispronounced Yuffie, cardboard Aerith, alien Barbie doll trying and failing to mimic human emotions Tifa, not quite Mr. T anymore Barrett, Steve Blum death metal monster voice Vincent, comically ineffectual mustache twirling Sephiroth, and of course, everyone's favorite, the walking retcon himself, Gact. So named for the sound of my dry heaving every time I lay eyes on this poetry-spewing twink.
Poor little Sephiroth.
Oh, and that's not all. Because let's face it, Final Fantasy VII was an okay game. But you know what it was always missing? DLC. DLC and microtransactions. Hell, let's even throw in some pre-order content too. Why not? That sounds good, right? Does that whet your appetite? Well, lick those lips, people, because you have no one to blame but yourselves. You begged for this. And now, you're getting exactly what you begged for. You sheep. You hype-fueled livestock. You never learned, do ya? You didn't learn when they made the Star Wars prequels. You didn't learn when they made Indiana Jones 4. Or when they remade Star Trek or remade RoboCop. How many times does your childhood have to get raped before you stop taking drinks from strangers? And as for the rest of you clueless half-wits who've spent the last 18 years and you little message board circle jerks lobbying the same tired, monstrously incorrect grievances at Final Fantasy VII, that it's emo, that it's melodramatic or overblown or takes itself too seriously, you people are the ones who ought to be celebrating. Because after all, once this remake comes out, Final Fantasy VII will finally be the game that you always claimed it was. So enjoy it. Everyone, enjoy your big, shiny, stupid, epic, new Final Fantasy VII. As for me, I'll be drowning my sorrows, nursing my hatred, and wallowing in my incoherent fanboy rage in the Final Fantasy room.
Oh, god damn it! God damn it! God damn it! They're gonna ruin it!
This remake is gonna ruin my life. It's like a meteor hanging in the sky, looming over the horizon. Sooner or later, it's gonna come crashing down and destroy everything I love. My only hope is to pray. I gotta make a pilgrimage to the ancient fanboy city and pray to the earth that the life stream will rise up and repel this calamity back into the void of space from whence it came. It's gonna be bad, people. You don't believe me. You think I'm crazy. I know you think I'm crazy. You think I'm telling tall tales, making up fairy stories, doom and gloom, and just naysaying just for the sake of it. I wish I was wrong. I want to be wrong. You don't know. You weren't there. You didn't see the things I saw when Advent Children came out. I was like 16. I was so excited. They were making a sequel, a sequel movie to my favorite game. After nearly a decade. And they blew it up! And then more just kept coming. And then there was the Vincent game, these new characters, and then there was Crisis Core, the PSP. It was all so bad. It was so bad. They ruined it. They ruined, and now they're gonna ruin it again. I mean, I guess they can't really ruin it, since they already ruined it 10 years ago. So I mean, I guess it can't really get any worse. I mean, it didn't ruin it. I mean, it's right there. Right? I mean, I hated that fucking movie, but it didn't stop me from, being able to enjoy the original game. So I guess a remake can't ruin. I guess, yeah. I don't really know what I'm all bent out of shape about anyways. I mean, it's just a remake. I don't really care. I like Final Fantasy VII. It's still there. I can play it whenever I want. What am I scared that someone that like, what's the worst that can happen? Some kids enjoy it. It might introduce a whole new generation to something that I like. Who cares if it's not as good, or who cares? I might as well just let go, right? Just let it go, like that Disney movie, The Lion King. Just embrace the winds of fate. Embrace getting older and things changing. Just put my arms up, ride this poo-poo train all the way to the toilet. I mean, it's not like Final Fantasy VII is like totally flawless anyways. I mean, it might even make some things better, I mean, they could, like, the translation could be better. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Everyone knows that. The fucking spelling errors in this game is crazy. I don't know how it got through testing. And I mean, it'd be cool if they, like, let me explore Midgar more. Because, I mean, in that game, in the original, you only got to explore, like, 2 sectors. You didn't really get to explore the whole city. I guess they could open up the whole game more, you know? Make everything bigger, more places, you know? Make it more open, more materia. And, I mean... They might, you know, all those classic moments, I'm sure will still be in it, and they'll be cool. Sid going to space, the submarine battles, the stopping that runaway train from busting up Coral. Yeah. You know, I take it all back. Fuck it. I can't wait for this remake. Bring it on, I say. I think, I have a feeling it's gonna be just fine.
I'm still angry! Ah! My life is a crumbling fantasy! I am the chosen one!